yeah, yeah. Increasing my strength when I remember myself. Life can be hard, but it's what we do. Take it to the top. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feeling
yeah, I think we're gonna start with that. Set with a larger mini garland at the bottom. All the questions. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna start with that. Or should I just start here? Bring it towards the back a bit. Yeah, actually, I think I like that. We're gonna do that. Okay. So, Zach, how's it going on the YouTube front at the bottom? Should I wait a little bit?
I got it.
Okay, he got it. I knew he'd get it. He's always good with the technical stuff. Yeah, I think we're gonna start with that. Alright, so we got our little mini garland that I'm starting off with. As some of you may know, I like to start off with a mini garland that has some larger 19-inch balloons incorporated within it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Zach, how's it going on the YouTube front at the bottom? Should I wait a little bit? Okay, he got it. Good? Yay? Nay? He's always good with the technical stuff. Yeah, we're figuring some stuff out. Alright, so we got our little mini garland. So a little different when attaching as some of you may know, I like our shelving unit here, or whatever piece of decor that you're incorporating within. Incorporated within it. A different way of tying. Please enjoy. Let's see what we got here. Kathleen, hi. Hi, friend. Welcome. Cool. So we got our little mini garland. So a little different. Sorry, Zach was attaching. I think still figuring stuff out on YouTube. I don't know if you got it or not. Good?
No, I mean it's bad audio, so sorry about that.
What's wrong with it? It's just like
it's just popping a lot. I don't know. It's just not.
You may know I like our shelving unit here, or whatever piece of decor that you're incorporating. Well, if you're on YouTube, and you know, a different way of tying. Instagram Live here. Kathleen, hi. Instagram Live going. Maybe people will trickle in from YouTube. We're starting with our white gold here, Calisan. Again, when we're attaching, we're just gonna want to make a really loose loop, but since I'm going to actually just be tying around my shelving unit here, around one of the legs, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. This is not one of my pre-tied 260s. I'm actually going to loop it around and then tie it to the leg of the shelving unit. So with this, obviously this piece of decor that we're using, it's nice because it does have legs that you can just tie around to, but make sure you're tying like right at the end of the 260 just to give yourself as much stretch as possible. So go ahead, kind of get your balloons where you want them, and then tie it to. And then I'm going to incorporate or wrap around this 260 so with this, around one of my obviously balloons. This piece of decor that we're using, it's nice because it does have legs. So remember, this 260 is not tied this time. A little different than how we attach it to the wall. Just to give yourself as much stretch. And then as possible, once I have the 260 attached or wrapped around with my balloons, I'm just going to go ahead and tie it to the leg, just as close to the edge of that 260 as possible. There we go. And then, of course, we're just going to kind of shimmy it down. It's not tied this time. It's a little different than how we attach it to the ground. We're not flipping around too much. Looks pretty good. And then, as actually, once I have the 260 attached, I think I can actually push it down a little bit more. Feel free to push down the 260 too. This one balloon here is kind of in between the shelf. Getting a little poked, so it might pop, but we'll see. If it does, we can work around it. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. You really want to make sure your starting point is nice and solid before you keep going on to the next piece. So I think I'm going to go for, I got some desert sand and I got some black. I think I'm going to go with just like a little bit of, I'm gonna play around with this a little bit. Because I kind of want to, my idea that I have in my head is I'm going to want to kind of like weave it in and out of my shelving unit just to play with some dimensions and stuff. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Love the shelf idea. Yeah, I think shelving can be like a really fun decor item to incorporate into like different events and parties. Like I said, kind of at the beginning, you can put like cards on it, pictures. You can do a whole bunch of things, little gift bags, whatever, and then have some fun balloons going around it. So yeah, we're gonna incorporate. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of my desert sand into here. This is actually obviously not a full mini garland. This is just a little cluster, so it only has 6 balloons in it. Since we're working with a little bit smaller of a shelf, I'm going to throw in some of the smaller clusters within the mini garlands. Cool. Alright. There we go. Now, I think I'm going to play with some of my 5-inch balloons to kind of go through and around this a little bit. So I'm going to find actually some of the same color, some of the desert sand here. And I'm going to add in a few of my minis. Cool. All right, I actually want this to kind of keep going. So I'm going to grab another of the same color. Doesn't have to be the same color, but I'm going with the same color this time. Just trying to find my 260 in here. Oh, there she is. Come here. All right. Now I could have attached these two beforehand. You can kind of do it either way. Let's see what we find. My 260 on this one cluster is a little short because I snipped it out of a past garland. There we go. Okay. So that's actually really fun. I'm loving how that's working. We're gonna have that come around, and then I actually am gonna attach it to a black. Question is, I might do a little bit of this black first, and then attach a bigger black after that. Again, you don't have to follow any sort of like strict pattern for your colors or anything like that. Kind of just go with what you like. Let's see, got my 260 in here. And the neck. Wish we could play like some music, but get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I can play some music next time.
Okay, cool.
Oh, we gotta announce probably the last time live stream will be on Sunday. It might be one. We might be able to do it next week because next week is the last preseason games.
Gotcha.
And then the regular season starts.
Gotcha. Okay. So, alright, now that we got this kind of going, I'm going to actually grab a black and attach that. Here's one. Okay. Now, I want this to come through my shelving here. So I'm going to actually have my black mini garland coming in from the back of the shelf. Okay, so obviously right now it's only staying because it's this black mini garland in the back here is kind of resting up against the wall. So you can do a few fun things with this. If your piece of decor is up against the wall, you can kind of tie it into the shelving, and then you could tie it back into the wall. I think today I kind of just want this to come up a little bit. So I may have to attach another point here. Let's see how it kind of lays for me. I just have my bag of 260s. But I actually kind of like how that looks. I think once we add on another piece up here though, we are gonna have to add another attachment point for sure. I think I'm actually gonna add in my silver kind of in the front here. So I'm gonna grab some of my, I said silver, but this is the white gold. I have just a cluster of the white gold. So again, just 6 balloons here. Oops, sorry, Instagram. We should probably move Instagram a little bit. Are you going to do a different day then, or just stopping for football season? We're gonna be picking a different day of the week. So we'll still do lives every week, but just picking a different day during the football season. So it won't be Sunday. So let us know what you guys would like as far as a day, whether you prefer like weekends, weekdays. Obviously, if it's during the weekdays, it'd probably be more in the evening.
Like a nowish, like 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So definitely let us know what you guys would prefer. Let's see, I'm gonna try and find a neck in my black here. There's one. I gotta find. Yeah, move Instagram around a little bit. Alright. Let's see how we're looking. Love it. Okay. So now, where did I put my bag of 260s? On the blanket. I'm gonna kind of see where this is laying right now. I actually like where this spot is. Try to see what balloon is kind of closest to the shelf that I can wrap around. That won't be too intrusive here. Gonna add my really loose knot. Boom. Okay. So that's actually looking almost exactly how I was picturing in my head, which is always fun. So this obviously still leaves room on the shelf for people to put things. Same up here. You want to definitely be mindful of that when you're adding balloons to decor, that the decor is still being used, but also, you know, making sure your balloons look like they are one with the shelf and not just kind of like plopped on the side. So that's why I kind of like going within it, behind it, things like that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and kind of stop it there for now. I'm gonna kind of call that my base, because I really want to actually fill this in a lot more with some details. So I think this will be fun. I'm gonna have to be careful with this, not to add too much weight in certain spots, that it'll start falling down on me. You can always add 3M hooks as well if you feel like just wrapping it around the leg. Sometimes it can slip if you want to add lots and lots of layering details. Sometimes a 3M hook on here is going to be better, just so that your 260 isn't sliding around too much. But you can always adjust that as you go. So now that we're happy with this, let's go ahead and layer it up. I think I'm going to add some black in. Down here, another thing with the layering for something like this, you don't want to obviously layer in front where you're going to be blocking things. So I'm going to layer kind of more on the side and in the back. This is also awesome because when you're on the wall, obviously it's a little bit more two-dimensional. You can't go behind it. This, you can kind of walk all the way around it. But that being said, you also want to make sure that your garland looks nice from all angles, side, back, front, everything. Especially with something like this. I'm going to go ahead and add this black mini garland into my side over here, where I'm going to connect to both the white gold and up here to my desert sand, probably. So, yeah. How's everybody's Sunday going? These last 2 weeks we've been busy. Been busy here. We had some family that came into town. And we had another work thing. Cool. Okay. So I have this just tied into the black into the white gold right now. I'm not sure if on Instagram you can see that or not. Maybe we can adjust you a little bit. There we go. I actually like how this is kind of peeking out right now. It's kind of subtle, and I'm going to keep kind of bringing it towards the back just a hair. There we go. And I honestly just kind of like molded it to the side here. I don't know if you guys can see me do that, but it kind of just fit right in there. So we're not going to mess around with it too much, because I actually like the placement that kind of just fell into. Sometimes you get lucky and you just tie it in and it falls into place, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and add some more of this. I'm going to actually go from this side, and I think I'm going to add some more in here to kind of give some fullness within there, kind of behind the shelf. So, beauty with this though is we can kind of scoot it forward a little bit. There we go. And we're going to tie this in to my white gold here.
Kathleen's been busy here too. I had 2 events Saturday.
Oh, nice. What kind of events? Birthdays? I saw your unicorn columns that you did. Those were super cute. Saw those on your Instagram. Cool. Okay, so we got one side attached now. We're still kind of floating on the one end, so I'm actually going to go ahead and figure out how I can attach that other side in. Kind of an awkward angle here, so we're gonna just kind of maneuver around. Might have to tie it from the front here. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add in another one back here and then tie that in. So we're still all being attached and there's nothing loose. Just kind of got to maneuver around so you can, it's a spot you can work in. Woo. Lost it, dropped the neck. Cool. Boom. Okay, so I really filled out the bottom there. I really like how that looks. And then I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more up at the top here. In this section in the back. From my black into my white gold, I think will be really nice. Just
said yes, unicorn birthday and a bear baby shower.
Aw, that's cute. Baby showers are always so fun. Ooh, there are no good necks left in there. Let's see. These black ones have been used quite a few times, so just trying to find a usable neck in here.
And actually,
Perfect.
the bear baby shower was a little crazy. We got to the event space and they overbooked us, so we had to find another venue.
Oh no!
Real quick, I was able to find us another place. We had to set up in a new place and had a lot less time. I had to change my design on the fly.
Oh,
Have you ever
man.
had an event that you did? Have you ever had an event that did not turn out the way you expected?
I think, yeah, actually like a lot of events, you know, you try and plan it out in your head and it doesn't always go how you planned. And it may not, look how you thought it was gonna look when you would go into it. But a lot of times I end up liking it more because in the moment and in the space, working with that, I feel like a lot of times it feels more like natural. But that's the thing with events, things change like last minute on the fly and you just kind of gotta work with it and it gets a little crazy for sure. Yeah, so it definitely takes a special kind of person to be able to just like swap really quick and, fix a problem. So that is awesome. Definitely had to do that a few times. Could be a little crazy for sure. All right, so I'm actually loving how this is looking right now. We got like a little bit of the desert sand peeking out in the back at the top there. I think I'm actually gonna tie in some silver up here. So I'm gonna find my 260 here. I'm gonna kind of start it in the back in this desert sand one and then bring it to the front. Cool. Okay. And then I'm gonna keep bringing that silver forward. A bit more. Let's see.
She said, I totally agree. Working under pressure tends to bring out creativity.
I love it. Yeah, it's, a lot of things, a lot of good things are created under pressure, right? Like the most famous, I feel like, comparison is diamonds, they're only made under like high pressure. So I think that's a pretty good analogy if you ask me. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and tie this in. I can see what I'm doing here. Did not get that tied. A lot of times I feel like I tie it and then I think I missed the knot, but it feels like I got it. Okay. So a lot of times you're just kind of working blind. You're just working with a blind. There we go. That's what we wanted. All right. Perfect. Cool. That is actually perfect. Perfect. Wow, today's is just like, I pictured this one in my head and it's actually going according to plan. As we were just talking about this, Kathleen, this one is actually going with how I was envisioning. So that's pretty funny. I think I might add in maybe just like a little bit at the bottom here. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. We're gonna keep going with, I think our layering is pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with how full it looks down at the bottom. This is really nice up here with just like the peaking of the pink here on Instagram. There we go. You can get a little bit better view there. A little more straight
Sorry,
on.
YouTube.
What's up, YouTube? Yeah, just that angle was not showing you the whole thing. I think it looks really nice. So let's go ahead and just finish adding in our, adding in our minis. So we had a lot of minis that we actually incorporated into the base, which is always fun. And now we're gonna I use actually this one to attach my one end of my desert sand mini garland back here. Took that end and attached it back to this silver using my mini garland. So everything is attached to each other. No matter what, I don't have like an end just kind of like flopping around. Whether I'm attaching it with, you know, the smaller 5 inches, or I'm just connecting 2 mini garlands together, or a cluster together as we used right here. Just use a little cluster. Let's just add some more of our minis in.
Loving this design.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm loving how this one turned out. I'm liking the colors. I want to see, the biggest thing when doing your minis is to kind of just like step back and look to see kind of where you want to bring those in. So I kind of feel like we could do maybe something fun in here, but I want to make sure not to block too much of the shelving. And let me not be 100%. Let me bring it over here on this side. Just kind of play around with it visually. See what kind of speaks to you. And then go ahead and tie it in. And if you end up not loving it, you can take it out and throw it somewhere else. With your mini colors, some different things you can do. You don't always have to put the same color in the same mini garland. I'm kind of going with that theme here though. I kind of started, but just kind of having them all tie back into the similar color. But you could, if you wanted to, put like a silver here or one of the desert sands here. It's just all personal preference when it comes to these details. I might even elongate this one and add the silver in. So we're like coming from the black and going back into the silver. I'm kind of liking how that's looking in this particular garland. So that's the look we're going to stick with kind of throughout.
Kathleen said I gotta run. I'll check in a bit. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. No worries at all. We always appreciate you being here, but no, you gotta do IRL stuff. So no worries at all. Yeah, so I would just say the thing with that is pick what you're gonna do. So like for this one, I'm kind of keeping the same colors together and just stick with that throughout. Don't kind of like jump back and forth. Just to kind of make a decision from the get-go. Push that in there. Yeah, perfect. So there's a few different things here. You could attach this, white gold minis into the white gold mini garland, but there was enough space there for me to kind of just separate and squish them into in between some balloons, and so they kind of actually just get squished in there, and then they are actually held together kind of on their own, so I don't need to tie it into anything. If I was out doing this outdoors though, I would definitely make sure to attach all sides. Otherwise that is probably just gonna end up popping out. Indoors, it's probably a little less likely to do that. So we're gonna leave that. Where do I want this one? Kind of take a step back, look at it. What's up? Hi Stephanie, welcome. How's it going? All right, I think I'm gonna add this one in here because this one's a little bit smaller. Perfect. Liking where that one's sitting. All right, I got a little bit of a black one, which I might actually play with over here. Actually, I don't know if we need it. Honestly, the other key thing is to kind of just know when to stop. And I think we're gonna do that. I think I like how it looks right now. I think it's got a good balance going on. I think actually the only thing I would maybe do differently is maybe add a little bit, maybe I can add that little black one up at the top here. See how that looks. And if we don't like it, then we'll change that. But since we have it, see what it looks like. I actually like that little bit that it added. Yeah, just to kind of like finish it off. I feel like it's like a nice little finishing touch there. So we're actually gonna leave that one. Maybe we can, the angle on Instagram, can't really see it. Oh, these are a little, oop. Okay. There, yeah. Just super subtle at the top, just barely peeking over. Yeah, so that's kind of how you can attach to a piece of decor, such as shelving. That way this can kind of be kind of a fun like entry point for an event where people maybe have like gift bags or cards or photos on. And then just really using the balloons to incorporate within the piece of decor. So, you know, we're not just going like around the outside, but going through it, behind it, making it feel a little bit more dimensional. Could even come forward a little bit more depending on how much space you have to play with. And yeah, that's working with balloons and decor. Pretty simple, you know. A lot of our techniques that we go through can kind of be like carried over through everything. But it's a little differences as far as like when you're attaching your balloons to the decor. On ways to do that. There's a little bit different technique that you can use when attaching to a backdrop. So that is something that we hope to do in another video as well. But you know, as always, give us your suggestions on stuff that you'd like to see. I know we had a suggestion, I think like a week or two ago, about maybe doing like flowers out of balloons. Zach and I also do have this other idea that we want to do, which I'm actually super excited about, using more 260 balloons. So we have to get on that as far as getting some of those ordered, and then making some cool videos and content with that, because that is something that I feel like is not being used a lot right now, besides using 260s to, you know, tie your balloons together or attach them to things. So we're gonna do something a little different with those, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I hope this was kind of a little bit quicker one, honestly, but really love how it turned out. Let us know your comments, suggestions, if you would change anything. yeah, it was good to be back. It was good to be back. It's felt like a minute since we did one of these lives. But we are back, and keep an eye out on our Instagram, on our YouTube, stuff like that, for our updated live schedule, because that will be changing. Twitter, yeah, follow us on Twitter too. We do updates and such on there. So cool. Well, we appreciate all of you guys tuning in again with us. Stephanie, Kathleen, as always. I'm sure we may have had a few people on YouTube as well. So thank you guys again. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I enjoyed making it. And yeah, we got a lot more content coming for you guys. So hope you guys enjoy. Catch you guys next time. Have a good Sunday.